Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and it's another massive game for Manchester United as we take Everton on in the early kickoff. I'm nervous, I'll be honest. I don't really get, actually over the years I've been doing this, I've always said to you, I don't actually get nervous, bring it on. But I am nervous today because I think the enormity of the game is huge. I think we have to win. Of course, a draw is a meh. It's a dross, as I used to call it. And a loss would be catastrophic. Also, it's the start of the weekend. I want to sit back and enjoy Super Sunday tomorrow, and that's football. Villa Spurs. There'd still be a slim chance of us getting into that top 5 race if we were to win today, and Villa Spurs tomorrow. But we've got to win, and I think when you look at that team, you sort of go, well, and that's not the right team, by the way. Bruno's going to play as a false 9. But you sort of do look at that team and go, look, it's exactly... Jay says, let me guess, it's not on the manager if we lose. Welcome to the Members Club, Danny Esther and Capale as well. Big shout out to you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and getting your badge in. We'll gift some memberships actually a little bit later. And if anybody's feeling generous, you can leave someone a coffee at a coffee shop. You could gift one of your people up here today if you wanted to. But no, look, I'm going to be consistent here. It made me laugh. I'd had a few red wines last night and I got sent this tweet from some faceless Twitter account. I don't know why I did it. Just don't go on Twitter when you're drunk. Apparently, we got the interview with Rasmus because he's got the same agency as Ten Hag and we're on the payroll of Ten Hag. If that is all you've got, well, show me the proof for a start. But maybe, just maybe, I don't want to sack another manager. Maybe, just maybe, over the last 10 years, I've seen so many people get sacked that I just don't want to see it happen again. Just maybe. Just maybe. But look, I think today it is about the players, whether you like it or not. Florian's just gifted 5 memberships as well. Absolute legend. There you go. But no, I think today is about the players because we're decimated. We don't have Martinez. We don't have Shaw. We don't have Rasmus. We are decimated. We saw this last week. And sometimes, as we saw against Fulham, the players just didn't fancy it. I knew it in 5 minutes. And that's always going to be my default. I know when the players are up for it. And last week, I didn't feel that they were. Or 2 weeks ago against Fulham, I didn't think they were. Absolutely damning by Wayne Rooney, by the way. Forget my words for a moment. These are the words of Wayne Rooney. What are you thinking about this? Wayne Rooney asked how much sympathy he has for Marcus Rashford. Not much, to be honest. He's in a privileged position where he plays for Manchester United. Exactly. I'm glad. Because as fans we say it, and you're a hater. This is the all-time Manchester United goal scorer, top goal scorer for Manchester United. Look, Rooney has some bad takes. Like anybody. I have bad takes. Roy Keane's had bad takes. Sylvie's had bad takes. We all have bad takes. But absolutely spot on. And Eric Ten Hag said something in the embargoed section last night about how it's really difficult to build a team now because players are surrounded by brands and other people and it's hard to build a team now. He's talking about people like Rashford. We're Manchester United. I totally agree with Wayne Rooney, says Carol. We're Manchester United and we've allowed ourselves to become infected where a dressing room is disparate. They're not together. They're all individuals running their own brands. And how can we ever be a team when we've got players like this? And I'm with Wayne Rooney on this. You're playing for Manchester United, mate. If the heat's too hot, get out of the kitchen. That's not a sexist term, by the way, because Marcus Rashford's a male. I don't even know why I'm needing to clarify that. It can be hot in the kitchen. There's some great male chefs and female chefs. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. But my point is, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's part of the mentality. And I think that's what Wayne Rooney said. I haven't got any sympathy. He's in a position of privilege. He's playing for Manchester United. No one's forcing him to do it. No one's forcing him to give him 300 grand a week. Why are we having bloody violins out and sympathy for a footballer who is living the dream playing for Manchester United? Would you swap to be in his position? Look, he may well have issues off the pitch. He may well have mental health issues. Who knows? But at the end of the day, go and resolve those issues. You can't be applauded and sympathised for playing shit, basically. It's Manchester United. It's competitive sport. At the end of the season, the best teams win the league, the Champions League, the FA Cup. We're not winning because we're carrying players. And today has to be on the players. We've got to deliver today. That's what we've got to do. This is why Fergie forced Beckham out, says Ryan. Keep up the good work, Mark, says Anthony. Carol J has just gifted 5 memberships as well. Stanislaw, we're not talking about stuff like that. It's very boring. And Carol, thank you very much for gifting. We've already had 10 memberships gifted as well. So absolute legends. So that's the Man United team on your right. Give us your thoughts on what your thoughts are on that, by the way. I'm very much of the opinion that it's a strong Manchester United side. And it's as strong as we're going to get. Amrabat, I believe, is on the bench. I personally would have given a run out to Amrabat at left back so we can invert into the midfield because we need to be on the attack. I think a few people would say, why is Scott McTominay playing? To which the answer is Scott McTominay is playing because we haven't got much height in the team. It's the same as last week, and I highlighted it against Manchester City, of course, but actually I think you need to highlight it again today against Everton, who are also quite a tall side. So, you know, we do have this situation going on at Manchester United again where we're having to pick players because of height, and Scott McTominay has probably had a lot of starts for Manchester United because of his height, if we're being honest. So yeah, I don't think there's anybody that can argue with me about that. But then again, you look at the bench, and what else are you going to do? We don't have a striker. I don't think McTominay would start if Rasmus was fit. Let's put it that way. So what else are you going to do? There's only 2 issues I've got: left back and McTominay. Who else can play in that McTominay position? I think using Bruno as a false 10, because Rashford's not going to play up front, is not a bad idea. I don't think it is a bad idea. Let me just get these stats carousel running around. Don't forget, we're sponsored by OneFootball. Get all your latest football, Man United news and everything else on there. Absolutely fantastic. Let me just sort that out and move that away. So that's the Everton team for you. Not many surprises there. Obviously, Branthwaite Watch will be interesting. A player that Manchester United are potentially looking at. Very strong in the midfield. Anana, Decore and Garner. That's going to be the midfield's got to get hold of it. What else? McNeil and Harrison, hard-working wingers, and Beto up front. Look, it's going to be interesting what we do in this game. I'm quite intrigued by how we approach it tactically, because I think that with Johnny Evans in the team, can we play high? Can we play a high line with Johnny Evans? Can we push our fullbacks forward when Lindelof's playing at left back? I would have played Amrabat at left back because I think we need to go on the front foot. I do think that Man United side is ridiculously imbalanced. Stu says it could be counter-attacking football. What we can't do is what we did against Fulham. We've got to look after the ball a lot better. And, you look at United and you say, have we got the players to do that? Have we got the players to look after the ball well? Because if we haven't, then we might have to be pragmatic. But bottom line, we got to win today. We have to win. I'm going to go Man United 2-0, but we've got to win today. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do that, you legends. Thank you very much for the gifted memberships. It's Goldbridge versus Deitch. Missed the career mode, says Chikorito. Why isn't Ahmad starting? This can't be ignored, says Tom. Where would you start him, mate? I mean, he's using Bruno as a false 10, and he's got Rashford and Garnacho on the wings. I mean, where would you start him? I think it would be controversial to start Ahmad ahead of Garnacho or Rashford at the moment. Hi, Mark. I'm watching from Alabama, USA. Keep up the great work, says Carrie, who is Ten Hag in. Hi, Mark. For which manager should we go if we sack Ten Hag? Says Burla. Wrong. You're asking the wrong person. I've got no idea. There's nobody that jumps out to me at all. In fact, it just depresses me, really. Grosser says, Mark, if Ten Hag is fired, who would you prefer as the new coach? For me, it's Nagelsmann. But Nagelsmann's not available till mid-July, so you've just messed up the whole summer. There just isn't. There isn't anybody that jumps out to me. Thank you very much, Anthony Stubbs. Carol J gifted a membership there. I just want to grab a few comments for you. I mean, I don't know whether you saw last night what Erik ten Hag said on his press conference embargoed section. I mean, I felt like it's almost the second time today that I'm going to stand up and applaud him. Not applaud him, but applaud, the truth. He basically said the medical team told him that, and Tyrell Malacia and Luke Shaw would both be fit for January, and therefore Reguilón should be sent back because you don't want a situation where you've got three left backs and you can't keep them happy. Malacia is still not fit for April, so I mean, it just, when we talk about when we talk about the attribution of blame, I think quite rightly there has to be a massive amount of blame apportioned to the medical team. I mean, just some of their decisions have been shocking this season, and it does have a massive impact, because if we still had Sergio Reguilón, he'd be playing left back today, and all right, he might not be the best left back in the world, but he is a specialist left back, and that makes a massive difference for Manchester United, doesn't it? 15 minutes to kick off, by the way. Manchester United. We're ready. We're good to go. I think we have to win. But big comment by Wayne Rooney on the TV just ahead of this game, said, I haven't got much sympathy for Rashford, to be honest. He's in a privileged position where he plays for Manchester United. What Erik ten Hag has had to say is, we have to win. We have to win every game. It's like our way of life. It doesn't change anything in our approach. We've got to control their counters, and we must keep the ball to not give them set plays. They are very good at it. You need movement behind. How do we get that? It has to come from our striker. He has to make the movement behind. But we also need movement in behind from others. It has to work out. How do we get that movement in behind? How do we get box occupation? Some of the lads are making bad decisions off the pitch, says Rooney, but they aren't making the right decisions on the pitch. They'll do it so much as individuals, it's hard to find some consistency with it. Ten Hag said, after Fulham, we had a setback. We have to pick up. Everyone is killing everyone in this league. When we play with Bruno as a false nine, it's about how to get occupation. How do we get runs in behind? Interesting. Very interesting stuff. Look, going back to what Ten Hag said, I like the fact that he picks up on a lot of things that we talk about. What I mean by that is that we obviously have got a real issue when it comes to, he doesn't want us to get countered. He doesn't want us to be giving up set pieces. And I think one of the things we've all noticed on numerous watch-alongs recently is that we're so careless on the ball, and that really, it's a real problem, It's a real problem. I don't know whether you've ever played in a team or coached a team where you want to do something and you train and you instruct, but players let you down because they just don't do it. And what I'm talking about is, it doesn't matter what you do at Carrington all week. If you've got players, and I'm talking about the front four here specifically, especially in the last couple of games, 3 games. It happened at Forest in the Cup as well. Players that do not occupy the ball. They don't keep hold of the ball. We saw it against Fulham. We got broken on so much, because what people don't realise is you get broken on because you give the ball away. We can't be giving the ball away all the time. We've got to be better with the ball. And that starts today. And that starts with the team that we put out there today. We've got to look after the ball better, because we can't get broken upon if we keep hold of the ball. And it's something that we've massively struggled with recently. Let me get that going there. Okay. Didn't you say Rasmus is back, says Italian Alex? I think there was a general consensus that he was going to be back at the start of the week, but unfortunately, as we hit Wednesday, it looked less and less likely, and obviously they didn't want to take that risk. Bruno, better assist and score. I put him in my fancy team, and I've forgotten to do my fancy team again. I may as well just give up. I've forgotten again. It's just not in my routine. B. Yakov says, set piece threats. Oh dear, I wonder what the odds are on Tovsky scoring a header. Says, can I just say, I don't think we'll concede from a set piece today. I think when we've got Johnny Evans and Varane at centre-back, we're very, very good in the air. We've also got McTominay, Casemiro, so we should be all right on set pieces, he says. What's up, Mark? I'm watching from Tennessee. I've got the pre-match and the blame shifting is by the mainstream is insane. Need this win. Let's get it, says Joel. Cheers from Texas. Ten Hag in, says Mario. I'm Ten Hag in, but if I had to, I'd pick Emery. He's capable of rebuilding a club, says Rahul. I think I said the other night, actually, Emery is where I would go, but yeah. Those are huge news. Why aren't they getting the press it deserves? Whole medical team should be fired. They've sabotaged our season time and time again, says Mario Frankel. Pascal, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. I'm amazed he blamed them publicly, says Robert McCormack. Derek, we're going to win, says Hazza. Eric Ten Hag talking about the medical staff as if he knows he's out, says Maz. A good performance would be nice for once, says Luke Hughes. Why isn't Ahmad stuck? You know what? Roberts and who else was it who said it? Maz. You've nailed it on the head. When I read that comment from Eric Ten Hag last night, where he basically said the medical team screwed him over because they told him to send Reguilon back because he'd have two left backs fit in January. Obviously, Luke Shaw was fit in January and got injured again, but Malacia is not fit in April. I think it's. I've got to agree with you. I actually do agree that I think it is a bit worrying because he's starting to speak like Rangnick, and Rangnick got let rid of, and I think he knew they were going to get rid of him, so he started speaking openly. And I think when Ten Hag is openly talking about things that are wrong at the club, I think maybe he knows. Maybe he knows his job's in danger. Maybe he's been told he's going. Or maybe he's doing it because he wants the public and the fans to know that whilst he has to take responsibility, there are also ridiculous things going on around the structure at that football club. Ricard says, today is a good time to try Ten Hag ball. It really isn't. Tim Rawlins, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Rash and his team has done clever PR to make a narrative that when he's not performing, we as fans need to have sympathy for him and his personal life, says Zion. Well, not no more, Zion, because Wayne Rooney's completely outed that, hasn't it? Current manager of Bundesliga club Stuttgart. What do you think about that, says Fuad? I think the fact that you say current manager of Stuttgart says it all. Why the fuck would Man United be looking for a manager from Stuttgart? We're Manchester United. We need to be looking a lot better than that. Thanks for the early super chats, by the way. Appreciate that. Thanks for all the follows and the subscribes. Appreciate it. It's a kickoff in 10 minutes, 12:30. Will it destroy or infuse the weekend? I always like a 12:30 kickoff, but ultimately you've got to win because you've got a whole weekend ahead of you, and you know it's been a hard season as a United fan already, and you just want a bit of positivity on the weekend. We just want to have a little bit of positivity. Thanks for the follow, Liam. Hope United lose, says Joe Dixon. Thank you very much. I appreciate not everyone's a Man United fan. A few people talking about Zidane. Zidane won't even come to England, let alone Manchester United. And he certainly doesn't want to come to a club where he's got to rebuild it. He likes the finished product. I'm at the match whilst watching you. Let's go, says Darren. I tell you what, Old Trafford's Wi-Fi's certainly improved then because you didn't used to be able to do that. Big shout out if you're actually at the game. You've got a big part to play today, as always. I think we'll know in the first 5 minutes, like we did against Fulham, whether these players are up for it or not. And look, if we win, the players will get the praise. If we lose, the players will get the blame, in my opinion. Stuttgart would smoke Man United right now, says Paul. Well, they wouldn't because we don't play in the same league. Watching from Bangkok, Guy, says La. Thank you very much. Cheers from Denver. Ten Hag in. Let's get the win, Mark, says Preet. And a game where we don't get anxiety after 5 minutes would be fantastic, says Simon. I think it's going to be hard. I mean, we haven't really spoken about Everton in any great detail, but they are well organised. One of the things that Sean Dyche has said all season is, at the end of the day, if you look at it, I've got loads of XG all over the place. So I think that, we're going to get they're not, you know, Everton might be down at the bottom of the league or in that vicinity, but they're also a team that can play good football and do create chances. I remember as when we played them against Goodison, you know, Garnacho. I remember that, and they had a lot of chances. Look, this is what people forget. They forget. If you're a Ten Hag inner, you're up his arse, and that's not the case. I remember that run of fixtures we had. Let me just go back to them actually, because where would it be? If you want to get one of these, by the way, we do them in lovely colours. The red colour is elite, although I think it might be sold out at the moment. But we do have the grey and the sort of, I can't remember what the colour of the other grey is. I've got one on order myself. Lovely stuff. But no, I wanted to just go back to when Manchester United played Everton, and it was in November. That's right. So we played in November. We beat them 3-0. We beat Luton 1-0. We played Galatasaray 3-3. Fulham, we beat 1-0 in November as well. In fact, that was the month that Erik ten Hag won the Manager of the Month award, didn't he? But if I go back to that, I've done it again. You're fucking idiot. Interesting. What I'm going to say is that we gave a lot of chances away. And at that time, we were winning games, but we were giving a lot of chances away, which is something that we have repeated time and time again all season. I mean, our goal difference is horrific because we do give people opportunities to score goals. And although we beat Everton 3-0, look at this. So we beat Everton 3-0. They had 51% possession to our 49. They had 24 shots to our 9. They had 6 on target to our 4. And they had more corners than us. 24 shots to 9, but we won 3-0. So what I'm trying to say is that Everton aren't a bad side. They're not a bad side, and they do create chances. They don't normally take them, and that might help us. But even when we win games, we still give up a lot of chances. Darren's at the match while watching. Let's go, says Darren. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And hope we get the win. Thanks for all the super chats. You can do that through the $sign, of course. We can read those out because I get them listed now. It's amazing. It took me 6 years to figure out how I can list them in a separate chat. HS says you guys are going to lose today. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Would you take Branthwaite, says Lewis. Well, this is an added dilemma that happens when the going gets tough, I suppose. We don't have a striker today. It could be a really easy game for Branthwaite. I watched Everton play at the Etihad about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they defended really well. They just couldn't attack. Calvert-Lewin was a joke. But I worry. I mean, it could go the way as Fulham. It could do. I don't get why we're not playing Ahmad on the right, says Mohit, because we're playing Garnacho on the right. Bruno's playing as a false 10. Hi, Mark. Today it's my birthday, says Tom Grant. Happy birthday. Please give me the best present of a Deitch impression opening the video, selling Manscaped, or just a match preview, says Tom. Well, we're not sponsored by Manscaped, so I can't really do that. But what I can do is say, happy birthday, Tom. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to Old Trafford, and it's 11 against 11 at the end of the day, and I tell you what, we're going to fuck them up. We've had our Weetabix, and you know what, if Ten Hag wants a fight, I'll give him a fight. I've got a couple of bricks in my bag, and I'm not afraid to use them. I watched Joshua last night. If you think that's a knockout, watch me with my bricks. But I've got look, at the end of the day, I talk about football. We've got Tarkowski, got Pickford in goal, and I think set pieces are going to be really important. I'll tell you what, I'll bloody love it if we beat them. I'll be running. You know what? It's a long time since I've played football, but I'll be running around in my pants if we win this game. So you know, keep the cameras off me. No, keep them on. I've got a big bulge and I'm handy. Anyway, happy birthday. Hi, Mark. I'm going to see United versus Liverpool next week. It will be my first match at Old Trafford. Do you think we will win, says Idam. I think we are going to beat Liverpool next week, yes. Why not? Why not? Why not? He didn't have Wood. No, Wood's gone. Where is Wood now? Where is Wood? Scooby-Doo hat-trick, says Mohammed. Look, we haven't spoken about Scott McTominay. He's got to score today. He can't be Casper the Ghost. He can't go missing in action. He's got, you know, McTominay tends to do nothing if he doesn't score. So we need we need a goal. We need a goal from McTominay today. And Rashford and Bruno, you know, I don't really care. I want Man United to win. I want to keep this season alive in some way, shape or form. And, you know, that's what we're looking at. And look at the league table. It doesn't make pretty reading, really, does it? But I'm looking behind us as well. I mean, look, I'd love to be looking above us. Tottenham and Villa above us, of course. Both out of the cup, so they'll be playing next weekend, I believe. But we won't. So, look, win today. But you're looking at the West Hams, you're looking at the Newcastles. They're not far behind us, and we don't want to get pulled into that. I mean, Ten Hag's under pressure, rightly or wrongly. He'll be under a lot more pressure if those teams behind us start pushing us into 7th and 8th. We have to win today. Where it takes us, I don't know, but we have to win. Like, regardless of who the manager is next year, we've got to be in Europe, and we don't want to be in the fucking Conference League. So, win today, try and put a little bit of pressure on Tottenham and Villa if we can, but you know, the league don't look great, and it will look a lot worse if we draw or lose. We have to win today. There's no two ways about it. Please give us a follow if you're watching. Somebody on the TikTok chat says, where can I get that top United Stand Shopify? Just type it into Google, you'll find it. Or come across the YouTube channel, you'll see it in the video description. Thanks for all the follows there. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. We're only 300 away from 831,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock, every night at 8 o'clock. And of course, we've got for you today, watch along with me all the way through till full time. Then we've got the match reaction where you can do the player ratings. You vote for them. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'll give you the link for that in the second half. And then after that, we've got the fan forum in the studio with Beth and the gang, where they'll be dissecting the game and hopefully dissecting a win for Manchester United. I don't want it to be like when I presume everybody had to do it. Remember when you had to dissect a frog? In biology, I hated all that shit. We also had some lungs from a cow. I was like, I'm not interested in this. It's biology. I don't care. I don't want to put my finger in a lungs hole. Forget it. It's disgusting. In a lungs hole. In a cow's lungs hole. Anyway, right, we're back on the game. I need some water after that. Of course, it's the return of James Garner as well. Branthwaite audition. First 5 minutes, absolutely going to be what it's all about here. All going to be about that. What have we got in the first 5 minutes? Can we get this result? There he is, Deitch, look. You've ruined my throat. Sean, you've ruined my throat. I don't know how he talks like that all the time. Apparently he does talk like me. It's all a big act. He actually doesn't talk like that. It's all to try and make himself sound tough. Another referee, look, he's loving himself. Alan has just gifted 10 memberships. Absolute legend, Alan. Here we go. Bruno to kick it off. Get on with it. It's 12:30. It's Old Trafford. It's Manchester United. It's Everton. It's 3 points. He still hasn't kicked it off. We're still waiting. Bruno waits. Rashford waits. The whistle blows. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. Come on, the lads, says Danny O. Come on, let's have it. I kid you not, Mark. It's also my birthday, and Tom beat me to asking for the Sean Dyche impression. Thank you for everything you do. Said Stephen, thank you very much. It was a painful experience, but I do like doing a bit of Dyche impression. Right. Look at the press from Everton straight away. You can tell what Dyche has said. Oh, here we go. Fucking about first few minutes. Get hold of the ball. Don't let them press us. Oh, another fucking... What the fuck are we doing here? Couldn't pass a parcel. Go on, Delo. Show them how it's done. Get hold of the ball. First 5 minutes. Dyche has smoked too many cigarettes in his time, says Tom. The bench is so weak. How can Eric Ten Hag be responsible, says Danny. Thank you very much, Danny. Hope you and the family are well, says Man United fan for life. You too, mate. Appreciate that. It's the passing. I know it's only 30 seconds, but it's the passing. Slow the game down. For all the negativity surrounding United, it's a positive that Onana seems to have grown into his role, says Bart. Let's... another bad pass out from the back here. Bart says, good choice by Ten Hag to stick with Onana over Bienda. And a corner straight away. because we couldn't pass a fucking parcel. Well, I tell you what, this is what I mean. You can't coach that. Players just playing shit, terrified passes in the first 30 seconds. You know, Mark's right. The first 4 minutes seems to dictate how we start a game. And we look like we're playing at Goodison Park. Switch the fuck on. Good save by Anana. They're nearly in there. Terrible start, this. Absolutely terrible. Cross comes in. They're all onside. They're miles onside. Could have been 1-0. Lindelof in a fucking... It would have been handball anyway by Anana, to be fair. Not our Anana, their Anana. But look at Lindelof on the back post. Bullied. He ain't got a fucking clue how to play left back. I mean, I blame the medical team. Like Ten Hag. We've got somebody at left back who doesn't know how to play left back. What's this by Casemiro? For fuck's sake, man. This is it. This is diarrhea football here. It's absolute shite. Terrible start. It can only get better. That's the positive. I mean, what's Casemiro doing there? I'm looking at Casemiro when he gets the ball and I'm thinking, don't try that pass. And he still does it. Get your thoughts in, everybody. But United, Varane's playing as the left-sided centre-back today as well. Another bad pass by Rashford. They're going to break here. Erratic is the word to describe this opening, says Rory C. Oh, mate, tell me about it. Everton have started off quite well. Well, I tell you what, it's going to be one of them games, I'm afraid, everybody. It's going to be one of those games. You know what? Neil, you're right. Why is it taking United at home? Couldn't pass win, says Matthew. Thank you very much. Sundance Kid says, look at United's defence. It's so old. Thanks for the follow, Adam. But look, I've been talking about this all week on the preview, etc. It's this inability to start games well. Here's Garnacho into Delo. Should have crossed that. Why can't we pass? It's so frustrating, Nigel. Because it's just indicative of a bad attitude again. You know, are they up for it? Do they fancy it? And in the first 4 minutes, as account says, are we at home? Why can't we pass? It's so frustrating, Nigel. Eric Ten Hag has got to be judged on when he can put his best team out, but this hasn't happened enough for him this season, says Rossi. We need to score first here. Here's Bruno. Good tackle. Rashford. Yes. I thought he was going to bottle. Oh, fucking hell. Take Casemiro off. He is shitting out the worst performance I've ever seen. What the fuck is Casemiro? I've never seen Casemiro play like this in my life. Does Casemiro think he's playing for Everton? Unbelievable. You know what? I love him. I think he's a fantastic player. But I think he's played 3 passes, all of them to Everton. Bloody hell. Very ominous start from United as Guitar Boy. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm worried. They don't look like they're up for it at all, these players, do they? They look like they're down in tools. Another corner. Hi, Mark. Knowing Eric has 3 games to save his job, do you think this could be a tactic to sit in? And Anna has saved us twice, as Tyrone. I don't think we're sitting in. I think we're shitting it on the pitch. Blue Boy says Ten Hag's got no tactics. It's really hard to have tactics, mate, when your players are passing the ball to Everton players. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but Pep Guardiola wouldn't be able to win a game if all his players were passing it to the opposition. It's what you call downing tools and lack of concentration so far. Bradley says Casemiro's given the ball away 7 times. God, you know what? Bruno's just hit a lovely ball into Rashford. Where we going? Good play. Wins a corner. I still think he should have passed to Garnacho, but at least we got a bloody corner here. What a ball by Bruno, actually, by the way. I just wonder whether Rashford should have played this to Garnacho now. Yeah, he should have done. He should have passed that. He should have passed that. Should have passed. He should have squared that there. It was a lovely pass to Garnacho, and he just, again, selfish player, out for himself by the looks of it there. But he won a corner. Corner to United. We never score from corners. Oh, Varane did win a header there. How can anyone watch this team and blame Ten Hag, says Hussein. Hi, Mark. Thank you very much for that. Things can only get better, says Gunner Station. Thanks for that. Moo says, if you could sign one player, who would it be? Mate, one player ain't going to solve this. You know, I don't think there's one player in world football that you could put in this United team and make us better. You know, even prime Messi, give him the ball and take people on, maybe. But, you know, a De Bruyne doesn't change this. A Haaland doesn't change this. Van Dijk doesn't change this. Yeah, there'd be a little improvement, but it's a whole mentality, and it's 5 or 6 players, to be honest. And what you're seeing here already is, I mean, Everton will be loving this. They'll be loving this because they're playing as a team and they're focused. Rodri would be a nice player to bring in, Alex, yeah, just to get hold of the ball, but he's still passing it to somebody who doesn't really want it. Ben, hello from Australia. Hope you're doing well. Haven't noticed Scott McTominay yet, have we? Says Malcolm. Wow, this is what I mean about McTominay. He's all effort, but not a lot of talent. At least he's not wearing long sleeves. Passion. Casemiro again, look. That's better. Get it out your feet, McTominay. That's it. Into Rashford. Here we go. What we got? Garnacho's going to make a little run. Into Garnacho. Good pass by Rashford. Give it a penalty! Get in! Fuck off! Get in! Penalty to United. Tarkowski. Get in! There he is. Garnacho. He's won the pen. Get in. Get in. Lovely. That's it. That's absolutely it. Look at this. Look at him. Oh, yes. No doubts about it. Sent him back to Burnley. Look at that. What a prat. What an He's shaking his finger like it's not a foul. Mate, it's a blatant foul. Right, we've got to score this. We've got to score this. First 10 minutes. Penalty in front of Stretford End. Bruno Fernandes to take it, I presume. Christian says never a penalty. Shut up. Wash your mouth out with soap. Yeah, Bruno's on it. Come on. It's always about the first goal with United. You know, it's like the chase. We need a 1 goal just to make it a draw. Clear penalty, no doubt about it. Absolutely nailed on. Oh, look at Pickford. Pink boots and pink gloves. Double Pratt. He's got little arms, Bruno. Just put it in the bottom corner. He won't save it. He can only reach halfway across the goal at full stretch. Put it in the bottom corner. He can't score. He can't save it. Come on, Bruno. It's almost like you know, the way our season's going, we need this goal. Here we go. Up he steps. Get in! Bottom corner. Little arms can't get there. T-Rex is lying down and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Bruno puts it in the bottom corner. I told you, he jumps like a T-Rex. He can't get there. Bottom corner, 1-0 to United. Bruno, get in. Big goal for a big, big player. And hopefully that can be a spark for him as well. Get in. Good start. Well, it's not been a good start. It's been a very dodgy start from Manchester United, but it just shows you one bit of a moment from a bit of quality. Look at this. Pickford goes the right way. He just can't reach. Look, I told you. He can't get anywhere near it. Put it in the bottom corner against Pickford. He can't get there. He can't get there at all. Look, he's at full stretch, and he's still only barely halfway across the goal. It's like me trying to reach the biscuits when I was 5 years old. They're on the third shelf. I'm like, I can't get there. I can't get there. 1-0 to Manchester United, and it's basically down to Bruno's penalty taking ability and a bit of Garnacho. What the hell? Why have we got purple there? Somebody should have told me. Get that off. We're not on That's Football, are we? We're in London, aren't we? 1-0. Well, I tell you what, we can breathe a little bit, but Everton are on the attack. They're still on the attack. McTominay heads it away. McNeil. I'm watching Onana there, and I'm like 1-1. You know when a goalkeeper just looks to their right and goes, I thought this was in. Look at Onana's face. Shit. That could have been 1-1. Garnacho wins the penalty. Bruno puts it away, says Deuce Beast. Garnacho's movement is so above Rashford's. His runs are making United's attack so far, says Zachary. EC says, we're 6th in the table and they want Ten Hag out. 2nd on injury table and no one's asking for strength and conditioning. Team out, says EC. Ollie's interview, when he said, put your hand up if you don't want to play at Watford, and at half-time I went back and checked who he took off. Marcus and Scott, says Hugh. Varane at least shows class, says Bjorn. He can sniff a chance for both ends, and the way he gives Casemiro a space to make a header, I love that man, says Bjorn. And Enrique says, the first 5 minutes of this game show exactly why Ten Hag can't play possession football with this squad. Players aren't comfortable under a press, and Faris says they're going to sack him. We've seen it all before. Thank you very much for your super chats. We'll read those out for you. All right, Goldbridge says Viper Edits. I'm fine, mate. We're 1-0 up after 13 minutes. Stop the clock. Stop. End it. Blow the whistle. That's what I say. But Garnacho's looking lively, isn't he? I did predict Garnacho to score today, I think. So, that's not a foul, ref. You got to do better there. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. That you can do better. Well, we scored early against City, so still time for this to go wrong, of course.
If music is therapy, who's your...
Long way to go. Long way to go. "15 minutes, 1-0 to United from a penalty, but Everton have played a lot better. It's United looking to just... Here we go. First time into Mainu, that is. Lovely ball by Garnacho. He's got time. Have a look. Have a look then. What have you got? Oh, it's too slow there. Branthwaite's on him in no time. Way too slow. What do you think? Who do you think is better, Anthony or McNeil, says Jacob? I mean, I don't think Dwight McNeil's a Man United player, but he's certainly having a better season. Great start, but cannot believe they want to tear down the the last great football ground. Hold on, here's Garnacho into the box, into Bruno. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? The atmosphere will never be the same at a new stadium, says Andrew O'Brien. And Mark, why has Deitch brought half the Burnley team with him to Everton? Also, would you rather have Branthwaite or Onana from Everton? I think they're both interesting players. That's a terrible shot by Bruno, isn't it? I mean, how's he put that so high? Steve Woodley says, Casemiro looks absolutely knackered. I think it's funny, isn't it? With Casemiro, who would you rather keep? Casemiro. Oh, I'm going to do a poll. Who would you rather keep? Casemiro or Varane? Because I think 2 months ago, this would have been easy. But I don't think it's so easy now. Penalties, chested goals off poor shots, passes for opposition, team for a 1-1. How much luck do United need? United are bottom half calibre, says WM. Well, we're clearly not, mate, because we're 6th. And you wouldn't be 6th in March on luck. Nice ball into McTominay. It's an interesting ball into Rashford, but it was the wrong fucking ball by McTominay. It should have gone to It should have gone to Garnacho. Thanks for the follows, by the way. Nah and BG. Big G, sorry. Andrew says we need someone next to Mainu. And Marius Wolf, thanks for the follow as well. I don't enjoy watching us anymore. Well, look, I got to be honest. I don't know what people are expecting. I said it when the team news came out. It's a bunch of misfits. It's a misfits 11. That, you know, there's players out there that can't be arsed, and there's players there that aren't good enough. I mean, you've got a right centre back playing at left back. You've got a number 10 playing as a striker. It's imbalanced, and we play like we're imbalanced. Would you say you're completely confident in Onana now? I feel he's been solid lately. I don't want to jinx it, but he is doing better. Get Kimmich as an affordable replacement, says Florian. Another shot for Everton. Bruno, penalty covers up how crap he's been, says Constantine. And Mark, I'm drunk at a party in Australia. It's 12 a.m. and I'm happy United are winning. Let's go, says Elliot Wallace. Philip Sutton gifted 5 memberships as well. No, you're in the lead, but honestly, how many United players get in an Arsenal Liverpool City team, says 58 go? None. Sean Deitch voice says Dominic, it's been done, mate. Ian Carlton says, what biscuits were they? Always be hobnobs, mate. Mark, in the summer, would you swap McTominay, Maguire and Rashford for Mbappe, Bellingham and De Ligt? Oh, does a bear shit in the wood, Peps? Come on. Are you having a good day, Mark? To be honest with you, I just find United very stressful to watch because you know it's a graft. It's hard work to watch. But we need to win today. That's what we need to do. We need to win today. However that happens. But there's so much space out there. I mean, look, where's McTominay? He's like a fucking ghost. There's a player down for United here. Johnny Evans. You know, McTominay's got to do something more than score goals. Like, he's got to get on the ball. He's got to put some tackles in. You know what? I don't even think 1 goal's enough. I think we need 2. 3. We need 3. Mark, what 2 positions do we need to get in the summer? 2, Mohammed. 2. Add another 5 on that. We need 7. We need 7 first team quality players. Not playing. We need both. Should be an option too, says Bjorn. I mean, if Casemiro must have passed 90% of his passes to a blue shirt. What's that again? I mean, I've never seen Casemiro pass this badly in my whole life. Not that everybody else is playing well. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, even the cameras are popping in on him. His passing's unbelievable. Bad. I would rather have Bevo up the front than Rashford, says Jaden. Manish, thank you very much for your super chat. I say Jammy Dodger, we need a pole mark, says Ian Carlton. Cross comes in again. Well done, Varane on the back post. On the poll, 67% of you would be keeping Varane over Casemiro. You know what? Regardless of whether you'd sell Casemiro or whether he's having a shit game, I've never, there's something not right. Caleb says, are you doing Liverpool City? I double watch along on That's Football tomorrow. I'm doing Villa Spurs and then Liverpool City, but I'll get a lot more enjoyment out of those games if United win this game. McTominay, look, dispossessed too easy. I genuinely can't believe we are an elite Premier League club playing Bruno as a false nine with McTominay holding his hand as our strike force, says Addy. Casemiro again. No, that was Varane. But look, nobody's passing's been good. Look, where's McTominay? Why is McTominay so fucking slow to get back? Rashford's atrocious as well. Get rid, says Goldio. Will be nice when Casemiro can start passing to a shirt in red, says H double. It's another corner here for Everton. Amazingly, we've had more of the possession because I haven't seen that. 56%. Ronan says Casemiro loses the ball way more than Bruno. Only today, Ronan. I mean, it's, you can't just jump. I bet you've been waiting for about 2 months for that tweet, haven't you? Today's been atrocious. The passing is embarrassing. Casemiro's way off it, says Aldo. McTominay ghosts way too much. The only one looking comfortable is Delo. Well, look, McTominay is ghosting. Casemiro can't pass. Rashford's ghosting. We're relying on an 18-year-old in the midfield again. I hate to say it, but certainly does look like most of this team have down tools, says Rookie. Good save by Garner. Where's the marking? McTominay can't defend, pass, or beat a defender. Can we swap him with Garner, says Nick. Evans and Varane is our most settled pair playing their 6th match together. That makes a settled game plan hard, says Brian. Nice to see you happy about United the last month, Mark. The last few months you seem so depressed, says Amy. I don't know whether I'm happy, Amy, really. I don't know. I must have been really depressed then. I don't know whether I'm happy. I mean, I've just tweeted there. Some of these players are a joke. It's so obvious that they're not putting the effort in, which is why I said it in the preview. This today will be about the players because some of them are just not putting in 100%. They're not. Put an eye on McTominay when he's tracking back. He's running at 30%, says Vita. I know, I've said it. I've seen it. I've seen it. He thinks he's a fucking striker. He's playing in the number 10 role, so he thinks he's a fucking striker. Here's Garnacho. He's made a good run again. Go on. Into the box. Lay it off. That's a foul. We'll have a foul. We'll have a foul for that. Give him a yellow. Give him a red. Give him a red. Give him a red. VAR. 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 Look, he's hurt. Give him a red. Garnacho, I don't even know what happened. Gets the second ball. Hey, look how late it is. That's at least a yellow. That's a bloody yellow, that is. Oh, he is. He's got it. He's got it. He's giving it. He's giving him a yellow. He's giving him a yellow. Calm down. Anyway, good free kick position. Do not let Rashford take this. More open than a 7-11, says Ronnie. Apparently Astrid got egged at a fun fair. No one rejects Goldie. Oh, what a save by Pickford. I thought it was in. He's made a good save there. Could have done with that going in. No, to be honest, it's not a great free kick. It needs to be more in the corner. It's on target, but if he pulls that half a metre the other way, it's a goal. Look, it's a good free kick. I'm just saying it could have been. WM says begging for a red card at home to Everton. I beg, mate. If I think it's a red card, I'll beg for a red card at home to Maidstone. I've got no shame. Ever since Ten Hag shook Southgate's hand at the Carabao Cup final, we've been crap, says Manish. And Common says this myth that McTominay's a workhorse needs to stop. Rarely more than a jog, never sprints, and his clumsiness makes people think he's no nonsense, says Common. Time to respect Anana, says Sohel. Progressive Dad, thank you very much. Well done, Mainu. Oh, he's held on to that for too long. Where's the midfield now? Look, where's the midfield now? Here's Bruno. Into McTominay. Oh, nearly scored. Mainu was coming in on it. Bruno's looking much better, says Ronnie. We're winning, but it's got to be one of the worst performances of the season so far, says Dan Harding. Wayne says, Mark, not at a game again. Have you ever been to Old Trafford? Just about 45,000 people watching me do a stream, mate. I think I choose to do this rather than go to a game. I've been to plenty of games and I'll go to plenty of games in the future. But, you know, it's pretty big, the United stand, and has been for years. So, yeah, I'm happy with my choice. If it bothers you so much, why don't you go? Bruno's looking much better. I've done that from Ronnie. Amy Hambling, welcome to the Members Club as well. Thank you very much. And to be honest, I think I'd struggle to go to a game now anyway. I'd be very annoying to people sat next to me. I don't think I can sit quietly and watch a game anymore. I think I've become indoctrinated into just talking constantly when I'm watching a football match. Oh, here we go again. Dwight McNeil. Fucking hell. Just wide. Playing like the away team, says Kevin. Thanks for the follow, Houdini. That is so close from Dwight McNeil. Progressive Dad, this just shows how much work is needed at the club. You've literally got players out there that can't be arsed. RJ, thanks for the follow. James as well. And Maximum, appreciate that. What are we got? 30 minutes. It's a long way to go, isn't there? Some of these players just don't care. Why is that? Says because they know that they know if Man United lose games, the manager will get sacked and they'll survive. You know, the scary thing is that the Glazers have created a situation where it's in the interest, isn't it? Delot overhits the cross, careless. Here's Rashford. You need to be looking for a pass now. Lindelof is the pass. Edge of the box. Casemiro. Bit of possession here from United. Things are so much better when you've got the ball, aren't they? It's a lovely ball into Casemiro. Oh. Couldn't pass a wet poo after food. Almost amongst all the hate. We are with you, Mark. I know you hear this a lot, but you truly are an inspiration. Thanks, Hayden. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. I mean, there's a handball there. That's a handball. Nearly bloody catches it. You're never going to get it, but... yeah, you're never going to get a penalty for that because his hands are in a natural position, but hence I'm not massively appealing for it. But other than Scott and Marcus, who can't be arsed, says Jide. Well, there's something definitely wrong with Casemiro today. Aras says that Lindelof's been decent today. I mean, I almost give Lindelof a free pass because, you know, he's a right-sided centre-back playing at left-back. If he gets exploited, then it's very easy to see why. But he's doing okay there. I'll watch this. I'll put a tweet out. Watch this. Anyway, United are breaking again here. Wait, Garnacho. Still Garnacho. That's another one! It's another one! Get in! He's on it! He's bloody on it! The star boy Garnacho does it again. 2 penalties. Shut up, Decore. If you don't like it, fuck off. 2-0. Well, not 2-0 yet, but it's another penalty. Watch this from Garnacho. Through he goes. Oh, it's blatant. It's so blatant from Godfrey. They won't like it, but it all comes from good dribbling again. Oh, he treads on his foot. It's blatant. Absolutely blatant. Absolutely blatant. Garnacho to the rescue. Oh, Rashford's taking this one. Well, look, hopefully he's going to score it. I don't know why we're changing it. But look, this is interesting. In some ways, it's a different penalty technique, but we just need this. We need to be 2-0 up here. Bit of confidence, maybe. He should be scoring this. Come on. Get in! 2-0! Rashford scores! 2-0! Manchester United lead! 2-0! Bit of breathing space. Lovely penalty as well. Sends the referee, sends the manager, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And United lead 2-0. Get the in. Get in. But it's all on Garnacho. Don't forget, penalties should be scored. Fair play to Bruno, fair play to Rashford, but you expect to score the penalties. You don't expect to get 2 penalties in the first half at Old Trafford. We've got 2 stone wall penalties because of Garnacho. Don't forget that. He's absolutely made the difference in this game today with his... And look, maybe in the last week, last month or so, he's been off the boil. But today, he's on the boil. And I'm not talking about Susan Boyle, that would be disgusting. I'm talking about a kettle that's boiling hot water because Garnacho is bubbling up today. And fair play to Bruno and Rashford. They've had a lot of stick recently. Penalties or not, you've still got to score them. But United leading 2-0 here. And we need it. Chrism, thanks very much for the follow. Look, 2-0 still a dangerous scoreline. I mean, I hate to say it. At Old Trafford, 2-0 up, you'd think, hey, up, game over. But there's still... Everton will still feel that there's something in this game. No doubt about it. Yeah, Garnacho's got to be man of the match so far, Ladios. Got to be. What's your predictions for the Arsenal game? Oh, comfortable win for Arsenal. You're at home to Brentford, aren't you? But they're both stonewall penalties. And I've got to say, I need a stretch. I've got to say, in the modern game, in the season that we've had with, you know, so many contentious VAR decisions, yeah, 100%. You do look at penalties and go, oh, ref's got it wrong or he's missed that. But they are the two. I mean, there's nowhere to hide as an Everton fan or a hater of Manchester United or even as a Ten Hag outer. There will be United fans out there that want us to lose. I mean, I guarantee you there will be some United fans who are miserable about this because they can't, you know, scream and shout about Ten Hag out. There'll be certain journalists sat in that press box at Old Trafford, you know, whacking things into their drafts. They'll be gutted. You know, think about Luckhurst and Ducker and all that lot. They'll be devastated by this. But the fact is, regardless, you can't say that they're not two penalties. They are two penalties. Ronnie says that could be great confidence for Rashi. Get your words out, says Jordan. I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we rotate the penalty taker. But I'm sure something's been said before that we don't have a designated penalty taker. It's about how people feel. So Rashford and Bruno obviously sharing it. And but two good penalties. Everton, they have to attack a little bit more now as well, which plays perfectly into our game. You know, 2-0 up, United. We love to counter, don't we? The amount of non-fans who come here to troll and push up United stand numbers amazes me. Thanks for growing the channel, Pratt, says Mark Anthony. We don't want to concede before half-time. There's still 5 minutes to go here, and I think Everton have done okay. We'll have a look at those stats now. I mean, interestingly, the stats, I mean, maybe we're being a little bit too negative because the stats are still in our favour. We've got a better pass accuracy. We've played more passes. We've had more shots. We've had more shots on target, sorry. So, you know, it feels like Everton have been more dominant than they actually have. Kenneth has been a member for 6 months. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Bertie says it's Everton, for God's sake. Mate, we lost to Fulham 2 weeks ago at home. So, you know, these people who come in and say it's only Everton, well, we have had a horrible season. Like, we've had a horrible season on the pitch, and we've had a horrible season off the pitch. So, you know, I don't treat anybody as just Everton or just Luton because we've not had that sort of a season. We don't have that luxury. We're not Arsenal, we're not Liverpool, and we're not Man City. We're not even Villa or Spurs. We're the 6th best team in the league, and some would say we're not even that. So, next penalty is for Scooby, says Al. Fair play, Rashford so far looks like he's tracking back, says Mo. What's for tea, Mark, says Toby. I'm cooking tonight. I'm on Talk Sport, I think, tonight with the Mark Goldbridge show at 7:30. But after this, I've got to get my cooking stuff on. Should have filmed it actually. I'm just going to try a beef Wellington. Luca just said, I'm not calling Luca out as well. you know, there'll be a few people saying this. Our tactics are shit. I mean, this is the argument of somebody really naive. Like, you can't play tiki-taka football with these players. I mean, before the second goal, people were quite rightly saying McTominay is just a ghost. He's a ghost. He's an absolute ghost. Bruno is not a striker. Lindelof is not a left back. Like, and some of these players just aren't even trying. How are you going to play tiki-taka football with these players? You can't do it. You've just got to grind it out. Ash G says that Rashford's noticeably putting in more effort. I think McTominay's been absolute shite, by the way. Absolute shit. And look at that from Bruno. It's a terrible pass. Our passing has been horrific. Another corner for Everton here. I still think this game's got a sting in the tail. Apparently, McTominay started all the goals. Mate, that's a stretch. What goals did he start? They were both fucking penalties from individualism from Garnacho. What we saying? McTominay... How does McTominay create both the goals? What did he do? Pass the ball to Garnacho, whose individualism won as a penalty, who was scored by somebody else. Reagan says Casemiro looks miles off it. Thanks for the follow, Reese and Badders. Appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we're only 200 away from 831,000. And don't forget you can do your player ratings in the second half. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Man of the match for me so far would be Garnacho, 100%. I think, here's Rashford. Come on, into Bruno. Where's he going to go? Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. There's going to be opportunities on the break, but even 2-0 up, I don't know whether anyone agrees with me with this. Even 2-0 up, I think the next goal is crucial. Which, if you're Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, Villa, 2-0 game over, innit? But even 2-0 up, I'm like, we still need that third goal. I mean, honestly, if I was going through the team, I think Onana's done quite well. Delos's done okay. Varane and Evans have done okay. Lindelof's done okay. Casemiro's been dreadful. Mainoo's done okay. McTominay's been dreadful. Rashford's not really been in the game. Bruno's, I don't think, played that well either. Garnacho's been good. So even though we're 2-0 up, there's still 4 or 5 players there that are just not at the level they need to be at. The passing up front is good today. In the back, we're struggling. We've been passing bad up front better today, says Vita. This game is literally about one man and his quick feet. The rest are playing like they've no idea what their future is next season, says Nick P. Yeah, it's Garnacho. Completely and utterly Garnacho, isn't it? Oh, he's in again. Where? He wants a handball. He wants a handball or something. Mikalenko. Beef Wellington, time to bring back Cooking with Goldbridge. I reckon this might be another penalty. Oh, come on. He's blocked the cutback with his hand. He's got to be looked at. Come on. They won't give it. They won't give that. They'll say his hand's in a natural position, but he's blocked the fucking ball. It's a penalty, that is. That is a penalty. That's a penalty. I'm sorry. Not fucking given as well. That is so blatant. That's the most blatant one of the lot. And the other two were blatant. You can't block a cross cutback with your hand like that. I don't care whether it's a natural position or not. It's a fucking penalty. absolute joke. Mate, it doesn't matter whether we've had no penalties or 4 penalties. A penalty's a penalty. Like, you can't just say you've had 2 already. That's not in the rules. You can't go, if you've had 2 penalties, you can't have another one. Come on. It's not a bloody hobnob biscuit. You've had 2, 3's greedy. You'll ruin your tea. Penalties are penalties. Do you think if Onana was playing like this in the Champions League, we would, with our full team, we would have gone further? There's a big lot of ifs there, Goldio, but I think it's more about the players' availability than that. Nice little play here. Mainu. McTominay. Lay it back. Lay it back. Lovely touch. Casemiro. 4 minutes added on here. And again, and again. Lindelof. Good shot. This game is a perfect example of players not being good enough. Can we expect the manager to practice simple passes in training? Says Kizza. James Dean says that McTominay is underrated. We're playing with a Rasmus-shaped hole up front, says Caramelised. Well, I'd take 2-0 at half-time. I'd have took that at the start of the game, and I'd certainly, after the first 5 minutes, I'd have bitten your hand off for 2-0 at half-time. And I suppose in some ways we probably should have had another penalty, but I suppose we can't be too greedy. McTominay's got it from a good tackle by Casemiro. That's a lovely ball into Garnacho. I tell you what, that was a lovely pass by McTominay. Garnacho! Oh, he's overrun it. He's overrun it. And I tell you what, that was a shame because McTominay's pass was magnificent there. Absolutely magnificent ball by Scott McTominay. And Garnacho really should have done better. James says it's McTominay's movement you don't see. It happens off camera. I'll tell you what I do see, James, is jogging back. I've no clue what the handball rule is, says Brand. This is the problem, isn't it? And keep up the good work, Mark. Big weekend of sport, says Amiga. And we need it. We need it to be a win. Welcome to Members Club, Don. Thank you very much for joining. Johnny Evans losing it in a silly place there. Oh, my God. Great block. Fucking hell. Well, you know. And is that half time? Yes. It is half time. Everton look a little bit pissed off. Don't care. Don't care. It is half time. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the stats here. Sean Dyche is pounding his way into the tunnel here. He's on a quick walk. I'm not happy. He's not happy. Let me just pause this for you. So, look, let's go straight into the stats here. United leading 2-0 at half-time. Can't score without a penalty. Inject. I love this. I love this. I mean, I personally think a lot of the people moaning aren't even going to be rival fans because I don't think Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Villa, Spurs, I don't think they give a shit about Man United. I really don't. I don't think they'd be hurt at all by the fact that United are winning because they just won't care. I actually think some of the people who are moaning in the chat are actually United fans who don't want United to win because they want the manager to be sacked, which is really sad. I feel sorry. I feel sad for you. But I've said this before. And I'm happy to say it again. There are certain United fans who pretend that they don't want us to lose. And they want us to lose for some weird reason that they're obsessed about being right about a manager. And you might be right next week because we'll get smashed by Liverpool. Let's be honest. You've only got to wait a week. As a United fan, just enjoy the fact that we're winning. Because next week, we'll get beat by Liverpool playing like that. So I don't know why you can't just enjoy the club that you're meant to support. But look, it isn't as bad as people are making out. We've had more of the possession. We've had more shots on target. They've only had 2. We've had 5. We've played more passes. We've got a slightly better pass accuracy. and we're winning 2-0. And they're both legitimate penalties. And I think we should have had a third one as well. So you can only play the game in front of you. And considering some players have been abysmal, to be 2-0 up against Everton, I would take that at half-time 100%. It's no different to what I think anybody with a brain predicted. It was never going to be pretty. We're a team of misfits. We haven't got a left-back. We haven't got a striker. You've got McTominay playing as a 10. Rashford's still not at it. Bruno's still not at it. Casemiro's now joined the club of players just playing inexplicably bad. And yet we're 2-0 up. So I'll take that because the off-field problems, the injuries, some of these players, I think, have checked out as well. For whatever reason, they're not playing like... They're not playing anywhere near the level they should be playing. And I don't know why. I can't answer that question. But there's no way Rashford's playing at his best. There's no way Bruno's playing at his best. There's no way Casemiro's playing at his best. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. But there isn't. They're not. Those three players are nowhere near the level we know they can play. All three of them have misplaced passes. Casemiro more than anybody else. McTominay, look, he played a couple of good passes, but he shouldn't be starting for Man United. I don't think he'd start for... Would McTominay start for Everton? There's a question. He wouldn't start over Decore, Onana or Garner. No, of course he wouldn't. And yet he's playing at number 10 for Man United. So Lindelof at left back, no striker. It's never going to be... I mean, these people who are talking about style of play, how are you going to play a style of play when you haven't got a left back? You haven't got a striker. You got McTominay in the midfield. Rashford, Bruno, and Casemiro, and nowhere they can't play a pass. It's going to be what it is going to be. And for me, it's about winning today. That's all it's about. And even at 2-0, I'm still not convinced we've won this game because I think Everton get one back, they'll go for another. This could be a really nervy second half. And I still think we need the third goal if we're going to get it done. Garnacho, to me, has been man of the match. You can't be in front if you don't have goals. And both those goals come from Garnacho. And they're both obviously penalties. But he's created those penalties. And fair play to Rashford and Bruno for scoring them. You would hope they would score them, but it doesn't always go that way. And United are leading 2-0 because of that. I still think we need a third goal. Defensively, I don't think the passing's been very good. I think Lindelof, Varane, Evans, Dalot have all given the ball away. But defensively, I think the back five and Garnacho and Mainu have been the bright sparks. I'm not saying they've been brilliant, but they've been the bright sparks. Casemiro, Rashford, Bruno, McTominay. And, the scary thing is those four players, apart from McTominay, are the best paid players on the pitch. So we need to be, I agree with Nihal. Bruno's been better, but it's still nowhere near good. I still don't think he's been anywhere near good. While you're down there, love, says Reb. Don't know what he's on about. Not a good match overall from both teams, says Clint. Think Scott plays for effort. Could be wrong, though, says Josh. Ref has a limit of penalties per game. Seems like we're not getting any more, no matter how obvious it is, says Space. Bruno needs to be dropped, says Anakin. And as usual, shocking final third decision should be 4-0, says Faris. Man of the match so far is Scott McTominay, says James. I must be watching a different match. I mean, am I not watching somebody jog backwards when we're getting overrun in the midfield again? Micha says that Mainu and McTominay have been our best players. Rashi and Garnacho both didn't pay each other on, says Trishan. And Brand says he doesn't know what the offside rule is. Look, anybody talking about substitutes, do you want to know what Man United's bench is before you start saying take anybody off? I mean, this is the problem that we have for anybody who's not initiated into Man United's main problem at the moment is injuries are killing us. So Man United's bench, if we want to make subs, are Biinda, which we're not going to do, Amrabat, Ericsson, Ahmad, Anthony, me, Kamwala, Collier, and Ogenyi. So we don't really have anything on the bench, to be honest with you, that's going to make a massive amount of difference. I love it. I love all this. I love it. You know what? Inject it. I'm not going to read it because it just gives them the focus that they want, but I'm loving it. There's some hilarious comments coming in, and I'm just like, I'd love to, I actually think you support Man United, some of you. I don't actually think you are Liverpool fans or anything else. I think most of the angry comments are coming from Man United fans that thought they were going to get a whole weekend where they could talk about, I don't know, De Zerbi or Southgate or Potter. That whole weekend's ruined, and it's so sad. You're meant to support Manchester United. At no point, and I've been doing this for nearly 10 years, at no point did I ever, even when I was Mourinho out, Ollie out, Van Gaal out, at no point did I ever not enjoy Man United winning. Like, it's sad. It's sad. It really, really is. What is the Ahmad hype? He's done a bit in the championships, says KM. Well, the thing about Ahmad is I don't think you'd bring him on at the moment because Garnacho's played fantastic, and I didn't see a massive amount of United players running to hug and grab hold of Rashford there as well. I think United's big problem as well, whether it's coaching, injuries or anything like that, it's very, very clear, and Ten Hag hinted at it in his press conference, that there isn't much of a team morale in that team. I don't think some of these players actually like each other. There doesn't seem to be a massive amount of team camaraderie. You see it when we score goals as well. It's just, we're not a team. You look at Arsenal, you look at Liverpool, you look at Man City, you look at Spurs, you look at Villa, you look at Everton. They might be limited by their talent, but they play as a team. I don't think United are a team. They don't look like a team. And that's why it's hard to play as a team, because you don't really respect each other. I think it comes across very, very obvious to me. And obviously Ten Hag let that out last night anyway. If there's a third penalty, Amrabat should take it. Colin, if there's a third penalty, Beth's in the crowd. Let her take one, we can't make a decision in their box, says Garman. Ahmad is just another Anthony. He's not good enough, says Sai. Ten Hag on his lowest level is better than Southgate and Potter combined, says Space Oddie. J Dots just woke up. How are we playing today? It's been a mixed bag. They're both penalties. We deserve to be 2-0 up. That's just the way the game goes sometimes. Penalty merchants or whatever, they're penalties. Defensively, we've been okay. Midfield has been a bit underperforming. Casemiro has been dreadful, let's be honest. And McTominay is McTominay. He needs to score a goal to have a good game, really. Although he'd played a lovely ball into Garnacho, where Garnacho should have done better. Garnacho's been brilliant. I think Mainoo's done, considering Mainoo still has to be classed as a kid, I think he's been our best midfielder. Rashford and Bruno, slightly better than the last few weeks, but not anything to massively shout out about. At the end of the day, Garnacho's the guy that's got us in a position here, 2-0. Simple as that. By the way, if you want to get one of these, we do them in lots of different colours. United Stand Shopify is where you can get them, and we do deliver them worldwide. Callum and Mattit, thank you very much for your follow. And make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. We're only 100 away from 831,000. So bottom right-hand corner, click that button and subscribe. Let's see if we can hit it. We're approaching second half. What are your thoughts on subs in the second half, mate? Mark, sorry. I think that Bruno looks like he's got the wrong battery pack on, says Terence. I'd love to have Mason Mount back, he probably wouldn't take Bruno off, but I would. Amiga, thank you very much for gifting a membership, you legend. Is Onana back? Thoughts, says Christian. I don't want to jinx Onana because I'll say he's back and then something bad will happen in the second half. Let's just leave him to do what he's doing at the moment. According to Norwegian TV, we've not lost at home when we're leading at half time since 1984. Yeah, that's true, Peric. That's true. What about what would you do? What subs would you make? The only sub really. I'd love a left back. We haven't got one. I'd love a striker. We haven't got one. So the only subs I'm really looking about is fatigue. Can Johnny Evans and Varane play the full game, please? Hopefully they can, because that'll weaken us. Amrabat in the midfield at some point probably makes sense. You've got Anthony and you've got Ahmad, but that would mean taking off Garnacho or Rashford, and I wouldn't want to take Garnacho off the game that he's having. So, look, we do have options. What do I think will happen in the second half? I think we need the third goal. I don't think it will. I'm absolutely convinced it will not finish 2-0. So, we need the third goal. And if we get the third goal, I'd be a little bit more relaxed. I don't think this game is over. You know, if you are a United fan out there that's wanting Man United to lose, I don't think we're out the woods yet. I still think that this game could turn around. The way Everton have played it, I don't think they're going to change. And you could argue that Everton all season have had a high XG. They just can't put the ball in the back of the net. I think I've heard Dyche say this a lot, and it has been a problem for them, so they're not going to stop. Sometimes in life, you've got to take chicken poop and turn it into chicken salad. Good work for what we got. Come on, United, to Stewie. Hi, Mark. You spit on. If you're a true Man United supporter, you will enjoy every win, no matter the manager managing the team at the moment, says Lee. Yeah, maybe it's a modern thing. I don't know. But I certainly detect it, that there are people out there that seem to revel in us losing. I don't get that. I really don't. Cheers for all you do, Mark. Class act, says Jake. Why did Decore get booked? I need one foul to win, says Dog. And Ericsson for McTominay. Lindelof makes me very nervous on the left. Bruno is not playing good at all. We can't even keep the ball, says Igshan. Well, we can't really do anything about Lindelof, if I'm being honest. What are you going to do about Lindelof? Oh, I tell you what, you lot. I felt good. I felt okay after, but I can't do the Dyche thing. It messes up my throat. I've got a sore throat now from doing the Dyche. Hi, Mark. Just want to wish you and the family nothing but good health, says Dylan. Subscribe and get a membership. All well worth it, says Dylan. Lingard is the best player I've ever seen, says... I don't know who said that, but Don. And instead of letting the manager go, says Space Oddie, they should let big egos go like Rashford. He can't control the dressing room. Fans complain Anthony and Rashford but don't want Mason back, says Daniel. And also, how are you doing, says Ron. I just got back from a deployment this week and managed to catch the game today. We're so crap. Ron, hope you're doing well. Hi, Mark. I would have kept Palestri to play for Bruno and Reguilon for our left-back crisis. Thoughts? We could play Angry Ginge at this point, says Whackin. And thanks for your contributions and continuous hard work, says David, and all the other presenters as well. Thanks, David. Don't forget, we got the fan forum as well after we've done the match reaction. Players are coming out here. I feel a bit tired today, actually. I was on the red wine last night. UB40. Thanks for all the follows, by the way. Here's Dyche. He's coming out here. Make sure you subscribe. We're only 20 away from 831,000. Referee is about to kick off the second half here. And let me just get the timer ready for you. And let's go. Oh, he's going to redo it because an Everton player ran up front. Does it really matter? It went back to the goalkeeper anyway. Just play on, you bloody twat. You won't give penalties. There we go. A long ball from Everton. See, this always amazes me how far ahead of the ball our midfield is. We're really going to struggle with this all season until we can get proper players in. What's that from McTominay? Fucking rubbish. Well, you'd think as a player, Bruno would be saying to them, first 5 minutes of every half, let's just not give the ball away and give momentum to the opposition. Moses says, Everton are finding it so easy to play through our lines. Well, we're playing with the front four. You can see it here. Bruno, Mainu, McTominay. Bruno's having to tell Mainu to go back there because... Leon says use lube when you're doing Deitch. I know what you mean, mate. It just doesn't sound good. Colin's gifted a membership. Thanks, Colin. And we lost against City last week after leading at half-time. Am I missing something, says Jawad? It's at home. It's at home, mate. It's at home. It's an Old Trafford record. Stian's birthday yesterday, 25. Happy birthday, mate. Dan says we haven't heard your Sean Dyche impression for a while. Mate, we heard it for too long before the game, and I'm paying the price now. That's a good ball. That is a good ball by Lindelof. Where's McTominay going to go? Just find a simple pass. That's a good ball as well. Here's Bruno. Now, where's his ball? I think Garnacho's offside. Yeah. It's on. Thanks, Colin, for the membership. I Show Speed says we can overtake Tottenham. It won't be the real one, but... Hey, up from Derbyshire, says Scania. Thank you very much. Liverpool at home, FA Cup predictions, says Ink. Mate, if we play like this, we've got absolutely no chance. But I think if Wan-Bissaka was back and you could play him at right back and Delo at left back and Højlund's back, just those two players make a big difference. Having a left back and having somebody who can play up front does make a difference. But look, if you're a Ten Hag outer and you're not happy about this, I'll tell you now. There's going to be more losses this season. You look at the way look at some of the way these players are playing. You know, we're not going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. We are going to lose games of football. Even though we're 2-0 up against Everton, I can see the weaknesses. Like, some of these players are just unrecognisable. I mean, look at what we're paying Rashford. Look at what we're paying Bruno. Look at what we're paying Casemiro. I mean, we're probably paying about £1 million worth of players there. We're not getting £5.50 out of them, you know? If certain players don't start playing well. Lovely ball. What a ball by Johnny Evans that is. Oh, it's a shame Delo fucked it up. That would have been a great goal. That was lovely play. Ricardo says your Ollie impression is good. I don't think I do an Ollie impression. I just used to go Kaneki. The lads. Thanks, Axel. Thanks, Jaden, for the follow. What's the score? 2-0. United. Take your time, Mainu. Oh, he's done well there. And that's better. Better. Just looking for that ball into Garnacho all the time, aren't we? For 75 minutes against City, I don't think they were that good, says Jawad. I'm not even going to say it. I know a lot of people are going to be thinking it. You know, that Hollywood pass from Bruno, it's... You can't play it all the time. Sometimes it's not on. What's this 4-1-4-1 formation we're playing, says Simon? Fair play for spotting one. Six says it's crazy how much we give the ball away. And that's what I'm talking about with those Bruno balls. Another good block. I'll tell you what, we've blocked a couple of good chances of Everton today as well. Rory says, hopefully a big United game coincides with your upcoming 50th. A few years to go yet, mate. McTominay blocked it, to be fair. Why can't we keep the ball? Haven't got the players to do it. What do you think about Branthwaite? I mean, I've got to be honest, I've hardly noticed him really, but I think he's a quality centre-back in the making. You can just see the aura. Some players have an aura, don't they? And lovely play by Varane, talking about auras. Here's Mainu into Rashford. That's the ball. Keep the ball. Just keep the ball a bit. It's fine. See, I don't mind Bruno doing that. He very rarely does that. Just plays it back into a United player. Oh, Rashford. Fucking hell. This is what I mean. We've got the ball in a good position and Rashford fucking gives it away under no pressure. And then you get broken upon. That's what people don't understand. Why do we get broken on all the time, Mark? Because of things like that. You've got the ball under no pressure and then you give it away in the final third and they break on you. Can't get broken on if you keep hold of the ball. We just give it away so much. Right, here we go. We've got the ball here. That's it. Just keep the ball. Robert says, please wish my dad a happy birthday. He was 80 today. He was at Old Trafford for George's best debut. Keep up the great work. P.S. Garnacho equals Januzaj, says Robert. No. Yeah, Garnacho's already surpassed Januzaj's career. Januzaj was all hype. He never really delivered. Thanks, Colin. Gifted a membership there. Good ball by Johnny Evans. Here we go. You've got to go wide now. Into Garnacho in the box. He might shoot. Oh, just over the bar. I think he's got every right to shoot there. Every right to shoot there. I don't know whether there's a cutback. It's a good ball by Bruno. Out of his feet. He's right to shoot. And he's not far off. I don't think the cutback's on there. I know players are asking for it, but I don't think it's on. I think Branthwaite's dropped into a good position. Now they're in the box. Well played, Delo. He's done enough. He's done enough. And Casemiro comes in. And, you know, it's like night and day, Casemiro. Totally different player second half. Oh, McTominay's overhit that. Should have given it to Garnacho. There was play the simple pass. I don't know why we always go looking for the Hollywood pass. McTominay's not the only one. Bruno does it all the time. But there's actually a ball to Garnacho, which is a progressive pass, which is easy. And he goes for the impossible pass to Rashford to try and play him in a one-on-one. And we do that a lot. It's not just exclusive to McTominay. Bruno does it. You know, there's a progressive pass that's easier. And we go for the Hollywood pass. We need the third goal here. We need the third goal. I don't know what anyone else is thinking, but I think we need the third goal. Right, they're going to make a couple of subs. Gomez and Calvert-Lewin. Canada loves you and your amazing soccer content, says Rehan. Thank you very much, mates. We should keep both Varane and Casemiro. They're both pure class, says Jawad. Well, Casemiro was not pure class in the first half. He's definitely better in the second half. I don't know what his problem was. Swede says, are you worried that Everton can come back? I'm always worried this season, mate. I think any United fan is worried this season because we're just not... If Arsenal are 2-0 up against Everton at home, you know you've won. If Man United are 2-0 up against Everton at home, you don't know anything until the whistle's blown. Bruno is not on the Hollywood trip today at all, says Vitor. And Double44, welcome to the Members Club. Really appreciate it. You're a legend. Thank you very much. Get your badge in. We're 10 subscribers away from 831,000, by the way. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the United Stand. We'll have player ratings coming out soon. McTominay's done well to keep hold of that. Where's he going to go? Back to Bruno. That's it. I like that. I like that. Do I think Rashford will leave United, says Harry? Well, he's not leaving this summer. I'll tell you that for free. I got told on Monday, Bruno, Rashford, McTominay, don't even think about it. It's already been decided. None of those are going. Mark, serious question. What is the difference between a Hollywood pass and a Bollywood pass, says Harvard. I've never really watched Bollywood films, but I suppose you could call it that if you wanted to. At the end of the day, it's a movie pass, so yeah, it works. It's a blockbuster. There we go, giving the ball away again. Another block. Good save by Onana on his front post there. You know, other times that would have gone in. He's done well on his front. I mean, he should save it, but I was almost like expecting that to hit the net. Good passing here from United. It's all right. And again, we give it away again. Just can't keep the ball. Connor says, are you going to do an Oscars watch along? No. Of course, it's not normal. Well, it does happen, but we're normally attacking the Stretford end in the second half. Not today. It sometimes does happen. Nizza, thanks for your super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Good tackle, Rashford. Don't lose it there, for fuck's sake. Well done, Varane. McTominay, don't let it bounce, for fuck's sake. Here we go. Bruno. Back post, back post. No, too much. Fucking hell. I'm a bit unlucky there because the cross was... I just think it's one of those. Garnacho can't quite stretch. There was a time Mark would never get sore throat from Deitch, but now he's 50. Love your work, mate, says Moonib. I don't know where this is all coming from. Thanks for your super chat. We're not bad, but horrible at ball retention. Always one pass away from giving it away. Why can't play pressing football like this, says Iraqi. I think that was just a bit unlucky. I don't think Bruno could pass that any better, and I don't think Garnacho's going to get that on target either. It's just one of those. Thanks for the follow, Leo. Taylor says, just tuning in, looking forward to a great second half show. Garnacho, man of the match so far for winning both penalties. I would say so, Taylor, yeah. Hoyland should be back next week. I think he will be back next week. Jasper says you're whinging too much. Me? Am I whinging? I'm bloody happy about United winning. Fucking hell, if I'm whinging, you want to read the chat. Yeah, I completely agree with Sadiq. We haven't got the players to keep the ball. They're making 3 subs here, Everton. Ten Hag can't really make subs because he knows it's going to weaken us. I mean, look, Everton can bring on Calvert-Lewin and Andre Gomez. They've got a better bench than us. Yo, Arthur, Moran, hope you're doing well. Bring Ahmad on, says Brian, but bring him on for who? I mean, realistically, I think Rashford and Garnacho have got plenty of petrol left in the tank, and there's opportunities to break. So I wouldn't take Garnacho or Rashford off, to be honest. I think on the break, we've got opportunities. And those two players, I mean, Garnacho's played very, very well, and Rashford's quick. So I wouldn't bring Ahmad or Anthony on unless it's a fitness thing. And I don't think either player looks tired. So I wouldn't do that. I don't know. I don't think there's an obvious sub to make, even though you do need to make subs in the modern game. I can't see anyone I'd take off. I mean, I wouldn't take Casemiro off. I wouldn't take off Mainu. I don't think he'd... I'm happy to take McTominay off, but I don't think you would, because you haven't got an attacking midfielder. Here's Rashford. It's Bruno. Into Garnacho. Cut back. Oh, unlucky. Well done, Delo. Well done, Garnacho. Here's Bruno. Into the box. Oh, just can't get the final ball. Here's Mainu. Give it to Garnacho. Back into Bruno. Good shot. Good save, Pickford. Better. Better. What about Ericsson on for McTominay, says Joel. You're going to lose height and mobility, aren't you, though? Bench McTominay, drop Bruno to midfield and Ahmad up top, says Mario Franco. That was a good save by Pickford. Corner to United. Garnacho's work rate has been 100%, says 88. Yes, he's had a good game, Garnacho. He's looked comfortably our most dangerous attacking threat. Oh, how have we not scored from that? How have we not scored from that? Pickford's got on the end of it. It's bouncing around the 6-yard box. It just didn't fall for Lindelof or anybody else. Lindelof took a swing at it, but he couldn't really see where the ball was. Then he took another swing at it, and it was straight at Pickford. And then Johnny Evans has followed up. But Stu Carr, thank you very much for the follow. Well done, Varane. Come on, McTominay. Fucking move. Just need this third goal or full time. Here they go again, Everton. Look, 64 minutes. It's just so long left. Well done, Lindelof. That'll be a corner. Do a poll. Most iconic sponsor, Crown Paints or Sharp, says Leon. I'll tell you what. We don't need to do a poll on this, Leon. It will be a landslide because Crown Paints is a Liverpool sponsor and Sharp is Man United's most iconic sponsor. Chat is 98% Ronaldo fanboys and anti-Ten Hag losers, says R. Oh, we set something off there. Second ball. Get rid of it. Lindelof. Bloody hell, that was... Hey, ref, I don't know how that can be a foul. It's a fucking 50-50 ball. Neon, thank you very much for becoming a member. I mean, how's this a foul here? Onana just stands his ground. He doesn't even try and win it. Look. That probably is a foul, to be fair. Have they got anyone who can take a free kick, Everton? Because I don't really know. It's not a bad position. We lose possession easy and force impossible chances, says Ollie Reacts. Casemiro keeps giving the ball away. Very poor from him today, says Rozzo. Yep. And approaching squeaky bum times, as Cormac. I think we're I still think we're a long way off that, to be honest. This is David Beckham territory against Greece. It's almost exactly that. If you know, you know. And the wall does its job. K5 says Casemiro couldn't pass a kidney stone. That is actually very painful and hard to do. So I don't think many people want to be doing that, K5. Pass wind is probably better. I've got to 100k likes. Thank you very much. Well done, Varane again. And a shot over the bar. Good defending. I don't know whether we're going to make any subs. A lot of people talking about subs in the chat, but I think the problem is we've seen it so many times this season that when you make subs at United, the bench is so weak, it tends to cause a drop-off. So maybe we don't make any subs. We're not playing midweek European football. He's probably just going to say, go and play 90 minutes. I'd just like to see us keep hold of the ball a little bit, to be honest. Maguire isn't on the bench, mate. Well done, Garnacho. That's a good ball by Casemiro. Johnny Evans. I think Johnny Evans has probably been the best passer today. McTominay. Oh, go on. Going to get booked. Nick P says, not worried at all today. Thankfully, Everton are about as toothless as my granddad. Yeah, you might have just jinxed it, Nick P. Let me have a stretch. Oh, and Arna's injured here. That's a bad tackle by McTominay. I don't know why he's off his feet doing that. I don't know whether he slipped, maybe. He's been booked. And that's the end of that. I don't think they're reviewing it for any reason. Lindelof, best match as left back. Second man of the match after Garnacho, says Ricard. Well, considering he's not a left back and he's a liability, therefore he's a liability. I think he's done okay because it's a massive weakness, isn't it? I mean, you think about some of the right wingers out there and what they could do to Lindelof. It's not been too bad, but I did say that Harrison is more of a grafter than an out-and-out pace merchant. So, I mean, you wouldn't want him to be playing against Mo Salah next week, would you? There's a thought. I see another pass by Johnny Evans. I think Johnny Evans has been our best passer today. Yeah, a lot of people. MJ says, what about the subs? Honestly, I wouldn't make one. You can't trust this 11 without going to the bench. I mean, I know subs, you need to make them in the modern game, but we didn't play in midweek. Why can't these lads play 90 minutes? And Arna doing a bit of their shift there. I don't want to see the league table. You can have a look. I don't want to look at the league table because that's as it stands, and that can change. Lindelof does well there. That's it, into Mainu. That's it. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. That'll be a foul. Hey, Johnny Evans has played well today, but look, there's no future in it, and you also can't play a high line with it either. I mean, again, that was who United gave Ten Hag as his centre-back when he wanted Kim Min-jae. So I would like to see Amrabat on for Scotty, says Bjorn. And how probable do you see United finishing in the top 4, says Mo? No. Absolutely not. I watch the games. I've watched the games. And I'm sure you watch the games as well. And there's not a world of difference between Everton and Man United. So we will... When we come up against the better teams, we will struggle, of course, until we get... But then again, if we get some players back. Milton says, what purpose does McTominay serve on the field? I don't think McTominay's been any worse than Casemiro or Rashford or Bruno today, to be fair. I don't think he's been... I'm not saying those players... I don't think he's played well, but... Dracula's at Old Trafford. Oh, it's Gary Oldman, isn't it? Oh. I thought my club had issues at the moment, but got a feel for United fans relying on a centre-back that played when Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge, says LCFC. Here we go, broken on again. Well done. Varane's had a good game. Varane and Evans have played well. Why can't they go do a GoFundMe to save the stadium, says Nick. Wheelbarrow says it's even harder for Lindelof when we're missing our left-sided centre-back as well. Well, everybody in the back 4 is a right footer, aren't they? Here comes Ashley Young. He's proper shit these days. If you've watched Everton recently, this season, he is proper shit. I mean, he'll probably go and score a hat-trick now, but yeah. What's happened to the formation? We're definitely not playing that formation. Ignore that. Do you prefer Varane and Evans or do you prefer Varane and Maguire, says Nico? I don't think Maguire's had a bad season either. So really, I think, you know, it's not a massive difference, really. Here he comes, Ashley Young. I think Ten Hag might be about to make a substitution. How bad is Amrabat if McTominay's starting his roam? Well, just go back to the Manchester derby last week, mate. Fucking pretty bad. Always keep calm, says Varane should be man of the match. You know what? I mean, I think Garnacho's had a good game and both goals become because of him, but... you know, Varane has been good, crossing on the back post. Oh, my God. How have they not scored there? What are we doing there? Question marks. Fucking hell. We got away with that there. Nishant, have you noticed... Johnny Evans does quite well. Oh, my God. John, have you noticed when there is a chance of an assist for McTominay, he mostly tries to find Rashford, even if Rashford can't receive it and someone else can, says Nishant. Maybe he loves Rashford. Why do you think the drop of mentality and performance is, Mohammed? Weak mentality has been in this football club for 10 years. That's why. Mate, there's 15 minutes to go and I still don't think we've won this game yet. If you think this game's done, I'm telling you now, I really don't. I don't. I've not... this is United at the moment. Mister says Rashford scores gets 300 quid. I mean, Rashford's been very quiet all game again. You know, it's this glow up that we're expecting. Just even with the penalty, it just doesn't happen, does it? Nothing seems to work. You know, Bruno's everywhere. I'll give him that, but again, I can't remember the last time Bruno Fernandes had a 7 out of 10. I mean, I might give him a 6 today, but I can't remember the last time he had a 7, let alone an 8 or a 9. Old Trafford survived bombs, but not Gary Neville, says R. Conkster says Onana's had a good game. Good tackle, Casemiro. Another bad pass. See, these are passes that shouldn't be being missed. Is Mark still watching the same game as us? Yeah, I don't know what I'm meant to be missing, mate. What do you think about a new stadium? Well, I just don't want a new stadium. I don't. Right, Amrabat's coming on. I want to stay where we are, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mainu for Amrabat. Ant says he'd give Bruno a 7 today. I don't see it. I really don't. I'd love to. I really like Bruno, but I don't think it's a good performance. I don't think it's shit, but Marvin says no Ahmad, but where would you put him on? I suppose Rashford, yeah. Was Fulham match where we lost the chances to finish top 4-5? Because even trying to stay positive, I just can't see how we can turn it around, says Mo. I think so much depends on whether we can get a left-back fit, which I don't think we can. There's no prospect of a left-back. And therefore, I think we're going to need Delo to go to left-back and Wan-Bissaka to go to right-back. And Rasmus. Oh my God, it's so scrappy. Well done, Amrabat there. Bit of fresh legs. I think Amrabat's not a bad substitute. Hopefully he can just put his, give us a bit of momentum, bit of freshness. There we go again. McNeil. Oh, it's gone good there. Saw says he'd give Bruno a 7.5. Look, give him what you want. Mark, what do you think Dan Ashworth is thinking when he watches some of these performances as 7? Well, if he's got a brain, he'll be thinking exactly what we're thinking, that we need new players. Like, it's not... There's no secret sauce to why we play like this. We need to sell some players, and we need to get some players in. What the fuck's going on here? We just conceded a corner for nothing. What's going on? Entire defence as players from Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson and Ollie era, says Avi. And Van Gaal, player that can't pass. Don't talk to me about style of play, says Abby. Calvert-Lewin just got ahead of there. Still 2-0, yeah. We're only 5 subscribers away from 831,000, by the way, if you're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Match reaction after this. We will have the player ratings ready for you in a moment. Still got 10 minutes of this game left. And I still don't feel that we're anywhere near home and hosed, which is incredible, really. Still feel that this could be... I mean, I think to be fair, Lindelof, Onana, Varane. He's taking off Garnacho, isn't he? Taking off Garnacho for Anthony. I mean, Rashford's a lucky fucker, isn't he? He really is lucky to stay on the whole game. Garnacho's played well. He's put a shift in, freshen it up. But Rashford's very lucky to stay on the whole game. No, I don't mind Anthony coming on for Garnacho. It's pure fresh legs at this point. Garnacho's put a real shift in. Best refereeing all season, says Mod. Come on. Here's Anthony. Amrabat does quite well. That's it. Simple pass. Lovely ball. Wow, what? Delo and Rashford there. You can't be second to Pickford. You can't be second to Pickford there. That is a joke. How is Jordan Pickford getting to the ball before Delo and Rashford? Great interception by Johnny Evans. Another block by Johnny Evans as well. I don't know who's at fault for that, but just that should have been... We should have been there. Goal kick. AK says Rashford stop running. Here it is. In fairness, from that angle, it's not as conclusive. Five minutes of normal time to go. That's how the league table looks at the moment. We'd be 3 points behind Spurs. But obviously we have got 2 games in hand on them. I mean, look, if you're looking at 4th or 5th, you're very, very optimistic. Why does Anthony always look so angry, says Alexandro. We need at least 7 or 8 players. The current team is not good enough. Big summer coming, says Mohammed. And if you were in charge of the club, what immediate change would you make and what long-term change would you make, says Chris. Ryan says, I'd sack Ten Hag for keeping Rashford on. Players are wearing ankle weights again, says Terence. Big changes, mate. It's not my job to do this, and we've still got a lot of games to play. But the big changes I would make are... I would be looking at... I wouldn't be changing the manager anyway. I'd be changing the players, definitely. Yeah, some of the players I'd get rid of would shock you, to be honest. Yeah. Johnny Evans, our best player, which says a lot, says Ben Eltham. Johnny Evans has been fantastic. Love to see the love for Johnny Evans there. I'm just going to whack the player ratings in the video description, actually. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Do that. Thank you. Baby, give it up. Yeah, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And I don't know what's gone wrong here. I can't get me. I've lost my thing's just resetting. These two teams are like an old married couple. The bedroom action has dried up. The love for the game is gone. Football game, not she's on the game, says Nick P. Okay. Why the fuck is this stopped working? Bear with me. I haven't even got the match on now. It's gone off. Well, still 2-0. That's the main thing. 3 minutes to go. These I've done that one. Thank you very much. The vote page is wrong, Mark. Why? Let me have a look. It's not wrong for me. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. It's on the unitedstand.com. What's wrong about it? Looks absolutely perfect to me. Let me just double check. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong thing in. There we go. Thanks very much. Thanks for letting me know. Links in the video description. Love that. Lots of people giving Johnny Evans lots of love. Oh, there's no McTominay in it. Okay, let me just double check. Baby, give it up. Give it up. Baby, give it up. Yeah, okay. Sack the admin. It's not the normal guy. No McTominay. There we go. Yeah, I think Johnny Evans has been fantastic. I think that obviously you've got. I think Varane's played well today. Garnacho, you could give it to him as well. Passing's been awful, I'd agree. I really think you should watch Dear England, the play about Southgate. It's a real great insight. No, I'm not watching that. I got invited to it. Not going to go. Amrabat reminds me of Fellaini, very clumsy defender, says IQ. There's just something about watching Man United that makes you feel so important, says LJ. Okay. If we don't buy 2 centre-backs this summer, Todibo and Branthwaite, I'm all for keeping Evans over Maguire. Reads the game so well. Our own Thiago Silva, says Duncania. And this performance has been woeful. We're lucky. Everton is terrible. If we play Wolves, let alone Liverpool, we'd have lost heavily. Well, I don't. You know what? You probably make a good point. I don't think there's a massive amount of difference between the way that we've played today and the way that we played against Fulham. Apart from the fact that obviously we got 2 penalties in this game and Everton haven't taken their chance. Well, I don't think they've really had chances, if I'm being honest. I would just say job done today for Manchester United. And I think that's what we wanted, isn't it? Only 4 minutes have been added on in this game, by the way. We had to win. We had to win. That's what it was all about today. I predicted 2-0 as well. I think my score prediction is definitely 2-0. A traditional 2-0 win against Everton. That's what we used to do. Here we are. We've got a break here. Into Bruno. Into Delo. But I think that would help us a bit if we could get Wan-Bissaka back fit, put him at right back, put Delo at left back, and that would help. But look, massively relieved that we're going to win this game. It's only Everton, penalty FC, and all that jazz. But I don't really care. I really don't care. It's just about winning at the moment. I don't know where these fantasists are coming from talking about, well, the football shit. Where's the style of play? You won't get a style of play when we win, and you won't get a style of play when we lose. We're a team of misfits. You've got certain players there that, look, imagine if Garnacho hadn't won the 2 penalties. You're getting nothing from Rashford or Bruno today, are you? You know, how many shots has Rashford had? How many chances has Rashford created? Nothing. Bruno, again, just average at best. Casemiro, average at best. McTominay's McTominay. Like, just Man United win, but certain players haven't delivered. Offside. Oh, I thought we got another penalty there. Yeah, he's off. He's off. Rashford was offside. And would it have been a penalty? Yeah, would have been a penalty, yeah. Branthwaite. Yeah, I love Casemiro, but he's not had a good game today. And you're right, if you played like this today against a Villa or a Spurs, you'd get your arse handed on a plate at Old Trafford. But we've won. And that's the final whistle. And we can digest the rest in the match reaction. It's as simple as that. Højlund to score against Liverpool if he's back, says double 44. Yeah, job done. Simple as that. I will see you on the match reaction. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being the average. Lots to discuss. But a harsh truth is that certain players, I don't think, turned up again today. Let's talk about who. Even with a lot of performances like this, I still have a lot of hope for the team. Thank you, Mark, for your realism. It's a breath of fresh air, says Be Well. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in. I'll see you over on the match reaction. Don't forget to do your player ratings, unitedstand.com. I'll see you in a minute.